is Bonnie Olson, and I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes about God's work in my life. I hope you'll be able to stay awake. I brought along this picture of Jesus knocking at the door. It's a familiar painting, and it comes from the words in Revelations chapter 3, verses 20, 21, and 22. And I don't know if Jesus' words in the first line where he says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock," I don't know if he's knocking gently or if and calling out gently, or is he knocking loudly and calling out with a loud voice. And I tend to feel like it's the latter. So I will read the verses. "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and eat with him, and he with me. He who conquers, I will grant him to sit on the throne, as I myself conquered and sat down with my Father on his throne. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches." Jesus is still knocking at our door. We need to open our hearts and minds and let him come in to be in our lives 24/7. God has always been a part of my life from the time my parents took me to be baptized, and they also took me to church and Sunday school regularly from the time I was a toddler through teen age. So God was just a natural part of my growing up. A favorite hymn of mine is Morning Cry, and the words of that hymn pretty much sum up how God has been there for me and is there for me. He was there when I was born. He was there when I was baptized. He was there through my childhood faith. And yes, he was even there when I wandered off to see where demons dwell. Something I still do sometimes, but God is still there for me and never gives up on me. He was there through my marriage and through the raising of my 5 children, the good times and the not so good times with that, but he cheered me on. He was there at the sad times when I lost loved ones, my grandparents, my mother, then my dad, a younger sister, Bev, twin great-grandbaby boys, my husband, Dale, and many other loved ones and friends. In verse 6 of Morning Cry, I think it's about 6, it's towards the end of the hymn, the words there will come for me when, as the verse says, "When the evening gently closes in, and you shut your weary eyes, I will be there for you as I have always been, with just one more surprise." And that surprise for me will be when Jesus returns, as he has promised, and he raises us all up because we are baptized and believe, and we will go through heaven's gates, and woohoo, hallelujah, we will see that amazing, awesome, beautiful, fabulous, wonderful surprise.
I'm Talon Hofer,
And I'm Wes Nenson.
and we're here to talk today about how God has impacted our lives.
And when I was 2, I was diagnosed with a rare liver disorder. Never been able to do sports, so I took up the guitar. And I've played guitar several times for our church. And because of that, I've also turned to God to help me through all my health issues and all the things that I've been through at the hospital. And I've taught Sunday school, which I'm doing right now with Talon. And because of God, I really do believe He's kept me safe over the years and helped me with all my health risks and everything. So,
A few years ago, we went on a mission trip to Kansas City, and we did multiple things to help the community. We worked in a food pantry, and the biggest thing we did is we went to a school that had some less fortunate kids, and we would read stories to them. And there was this one kid in particular that really impacted my life and changed how I think about God. I gave him a bookmark, and he took it home and showed his mom, and the next day he came back almost in tears because his mom had ripped it up. And his reason was that a white boy gave it to him, so he couldn't have it. And it really made me realize all of the struggles and problems that we are having in society today. So I have chosen to turn to God, to give back to the community, to teach little kids about their own faith and help them as they grow older. And I just really feel like our Saviors has given us a lot of opportunities to help us do that as youth.
and they've also given us all kinds of opportunities to go on missions trips and do other things to look for God on a deeper level.